Hey, how's it going? Bryant here. So today I wanted to give you a quick snapshot or idea of how to budget / how I manage money. So this is my series, Bryant To Economics. So how to budget, the basic concept of money management is basically, in theory, and this is how I've done it, and I could be wrong, I'm an idiot, you know, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm a nobody in this, I'm just giving you an idea of how I do things. So disclaimer, this is not financial advice or anything of that sort. So, how to budget money. So basically it's the money in. So it's like in versus out. So I basically, to give you a quick example, I have an Excel sheet of every single dime I've spent with like the date, the type of spending, and I make a little note like cut Uber and eating out because it's a lot of my money, and then the amounts because I'm not following my advice very well. And then the amounts of how I spend it. And then just to give an idea of like, basically it's really important to track. So you want to track your spending. So you want to track your spending. And then after you track your spending, you want to know how much is in, like, if every month, like let's say rent is $1,500 a month. And then you have, this is like monthly. And then your income after tax, emphasis on after tax, is like $2,700. Like, using very hypothetical numbers. If your income after tax is like $2,700 a month, and then your expenses are like rent, transportation, another like 200, or your food is like, I don't know, $600, and your joy stuff, like for entertainment and stuff, is like $500. Like, you can see how everything adds up. So like here we already have a situation where we're I can't even do math, 2,800 spend. And this is like all after tax money. And then if your take-in is 2,700, well, then you're screwed, right? Because you're going to go to the trajectory where you're going to like take on credit card debt. You're going to grow your debt, and you don't want to grow your debt, or you don't want to be in the hole. Ideally, you want, in an ideal world, you want your take-in to be bigger. You want this to be bigger than your takeout. So what this means is that basically, real quick snapshot. Take inventory of how much you're spending on what, where, how, versus the money that's coming in, because this way you have an idea of what you're really spending and what the real numbers are. Because you don't want to go into debt, preferably, unless if it's a benefit, then that's a whole different discussion. But in an ideal situation, you want to know how much living costs you per month. Being able to look at it and objectively, like, no matter how embarrassing or how nonsense it can look, just look at it for what it is, and then look at the money that you're taking in and make sure that the money you're taking in is greater than the money that you're spending. And that's the key to money management, or at least being okay. It's not the answer, the holy grail of how to become rich or wealthy, but this is like sort of what I had to do for myself as like a baseline of how do I look at myself objectively to be able to survive financially, at least okay. Like, if I'm making 2,000, and this is always easier said than done. If I'm making 1,000 a month, and fortunately I live at home with family and they help cover the rent and stuff, then my expenses are going to be different. So everyone's expense and needs are going to be different than everyone else's. So it really depends on their own situation. But the bottom line is that money management and budgeting comes to one simple principle. How much money are you really taking in after taxes? Like don't look at your paycheck as, oh, I make X amount, like I make $10 an hour, 15, 20, 50, 100, $1,000 an hour. No, that number that they say that's called the gross pay means nothing compared to the money that you really take home after taxes, after Uncle Sam gets their cut. So really focus on those two numbers. What am I spending? How, what, where, why? And what am I really taking in? And is the money that I'm taking in at the end of the day, is that excess so I can invest, save, or whatever it is? Or am I going into debt because I'm spending more and I'm tapping into credit cards or loans or debt or borrowing from friends or family, so on and so forth. So that's the kind of reevaluation of life. And anyway, if you have any questions, comments below, let me know. Always happy to answer your questions and go into more details on the next video. Thank you and see you again later.